Welcome back. It's time to wish a fond farewell to the Flame Behemoths for the final mission, the final island on our unfair difficulty playthrough. We've got the OG Ralph Carlson in a flame mech. We've got Mafan, minor spoilers, in a heavily upgraded meteor mech. And the GOAT, Ultra Instinct Archimedes, in a fully upgraded swap mech with a frost beam and thirst for vengeance. We have had 2 perfect islands in a row, no failed objectives, no damaged grid tiles, so we're looking to end the run strong. And it's always a good sign when the video run length is short. I think this is a sub 15 minute final mission, which is a good sign. We've got a pair of scorpions, got a digger, a crab, the crab leader, and a firefly leader. And we fear no giant bugs nor man. I often don't sweat deployment too hard on the first turn of the first island, or first half of the final island. My typical position is actually the one you see right now. It's this little wedge formation. It means that I typically end with one person adjacent to where the first turn lava flow will go. I like to place them in that position because if an enemy decides to attack that spot, or on that spot, they will get sunk into the lava. We are also safe from lava ourselves, both because we are immune to fire and because Mafan is shielded. Get a delightful 4-for-1 freeze with the frost beam, and then we can just smoke out the remaining Vec, and we have a clean first turn. That first turn is often the most important one. It kind of dictates the flow for the remainder of the first half of the mission. All we have to do is survive the fight. One fun little thing is the digger is completely stuck. They cannot move past the boulders, nor can they move past my mech, and so they are sitting there helpless in the smoke. You love to see it. So we really just have to deal with that crab. I have a fun little solve here that involves opening up a spot for the instant death tile, and then we can execute that crab. And we get both spawns blocked. We're in good shape. Why not finish off that digger? Yeah. So looking real strong still. Things are moving at a nice clip. We have a 1v3 this turn. A single burning beetle. Make a bit of an interesting choice here by shattering most of the enemy free of the ice. But I get to block a spawn. And importantly, the middle Alpha Scorpion is at 2 HP burning and no longer a threat, so we can completely ignore it. And we have 3 spawns blocked. So our final turn will be a functional 3v3, no, a 4v3, because we can ignore that one scorpion. And we still have a frost beam in the chamber, if need be. Slightly bad luck in that we get yet another scorpion. And things are looking dicey for Ralph. However, it's interesting that in its bloodlust, the Alpha Beetle puts itself in a position to just be destroyed. The Beetle leader will finish the job for us, as it were. So I elect to push Ralph out of the way. I do check the initiative order to make sure the Beetle leader fires before anything else. So as long as I block the grid with enemy bodies, we are in the clear. And that is a clean first half of the mission. We will see what RNG gives us for the second half. But with 2 frost beams and a smoke drop in my back pocket, I am not too worried about it. So we've got a beetle leader, another crab leader, a beetle, a scorpion, a scarab, and then we've got a blobber. This is it. The final countdown. It seems that the fight against the Vec is somehow personal for Ralph Carlson. The enemy goes for a all-out killing blow. I believe we have 6 threats to the grid. But we have the technology. That single investment in backburn, it begins to pay some serious dividends here. I see that I can do a 2-for-1 by destroying the blobber bomb and pushing the crab leader out of the way. That lines up the enemy nicely for the frost beam. And we can get that very important first spawn block, which will be eaten by tentacles on the subsequent turn. And then we can finish it off with a nice smoke drop. Easy. Easy life, easy game. So we are at a comfortable 3v3 for the next turn. And one of the spawns will get eaten by tentacles. The blobber is doomed, we just have to deal with one more bomb. But that is a job easy enough to accomplish with the meteor mech. Thanks to the range upgrade on the flamethrower, we can push that scarab, and then we can just set up the beetle leader for instant demise. So the next turn will be an extremely comfortable, functional 1v3. The Scarab has increasingly limited options as to where it can even go. But the game is angry with us and wants to try and get as many spawns in as it can for the final turn of the run. We can do a 2-for-1 block and protect the grid. Easy enough. And then Mafan and Carl, or rather Ralph Carlson, can get some blocks in for us. So our final turn will be a very manageable 2v3, and Mafan gets their level up just in the nick of time. I think they get Finisher, which is funny. Yes. That gives them just enough of a movement boost to let them get into position to destroy that Scarab for us. And then we can close it out with the trusty swap mech. Ralph gets a well-deserved break. And that is GG. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you could learn some useful tactics that the Flame Behemoths are capable of. Granted, I had the good fortune of getting Frost Beam and Smoke Drop. They are very useful tools for this difficulty, giving you multiple solves for one action. And Archimedes is just a great asset as well. Really extending the utility and capabilities of the swap mech. So join me for next run. It will be the very powerful Frozen Titans. They were arguably the strongest squad, or second strongest squad perhaps, in the original game before the Advanced Edition came out. And that'll be a very useful one, very educational. They have a weird kind of learning curve. But otherwise, that'll be probably coming up next week. I have some traveling this weekend, so there will be a little bit of a break in the update schedule. But thanks for joining me. Please please share the good word with other Into the Breach fans. And we'll have more stuff for you in the near future.